Well, we're working together for the last few years, and we see your style being developed from complete abstraction to this wonderful, pyramid, like pixelated looking like pieces. Would you tell us what happened and how you developed that style?
So starting with art, in the beginning, as you were saying, it was very abstract. But little by little, the more I practiced and the more I created paintings, some shapes kind of appeared in my abstraction. And the pyramid was one of those shapes that out of the abstract, they came to the surface, and I gravitated around it and then started using it, not representing anything, and one day I wanted to create a portrait, and I thought that could be a good building block to kind of arrange and create composition to do something figurative. And then after doing that, I realized where it all came from and why this shape kind of emerged from abstraction in the earlier parts of my career. It's basically because I'm a huge video game player. I'm a gamer, and since I was a little baby boy, I was on the computer playing games, and in the early 90s, where 3D became popular in video games, they used very limited geometry to represent characters, and you know, I realized that was where the simplification of form, that love of simplicity and geometry came from. Just a visual upbringing of video games.
Video games,
yeah.
And I heard that they call it low polygon when the quality is a little bit of
yeah.
And you see this pixelated or pyramid looking like shapes.
Yeah, right? So this is like a low poly representation of Mona Lisa. This is like a
Yeah,
so
the piece is called Mona Lisa. I think we should show it a little bit. I think it's wonderful.
She has a beautiful smile.
As we had before. Hugo, we know that your pieces and your art is inspired by events in your life. Would you tell us a little bit about what kind of events mostly inspire you and how does it happen?
Yes. So there's events that actually happen in my life, people that I meet, relationship that I create or break. So those are very autobiographical inspiration, and I enjoy the aspect of journaling through my art, so I can remember this person was in my life at that point, this piece was made thinking about that person, so it's kind of a journal. But I also, through reading, right now I'm reading about the importance of knowing that death is part of our journey and being able to appreciate life a little bit better through a positive outlook on death, and that will go into my work in a darker aspect and exploring kind of things that I feel or mortality and things that are triggered through learning also. So that's another part of my inspiration.
Life and death itself. Life and death itself.
Yeah. Just being happier through life and because of death, or thanks to death.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the physicality in the physical world, and you appreciate that, but thinking of the death as well.
Yeah.
And the balance of it. Wow, that's wonderful. We all know that you're French, and you grew up in Paris, then you moved to the United States. Do you feel the difference between the culture? Does the American culture influence you differently than French culture? When you create, for example, in Paris or in Europe, do pieces change or the inspiration changes, and do they look different?
So I think what I love about traveling or creating art around the world is that I don't always have the same materials. So culturally, I don't know if being in France or being somewhere else impacts my work, but definitely through the different materials that are available at the time, then my work will adapt whatever is available. So growing up in Paris, or the comparison of growing up in Paris and being here, I really started being an artist in the United States. So I don't have really that frame of reference, or I'm not sure I can quite answer that question.
Yeah, you feel a little bit more global at this point, right?
Yeah.
And just influenced by events and people more than the territories of the
Yeah, and
the culture.
Yes, and I think so. There's that part, but also I don't know much about the contrast or the differences because I've been mostly here.
So more unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful.